Pictures of you, pictures of me, hung upon your wall for the world to see. Pictures of you, pictures of me, remind us all of what we used to be.
Alright, what is the definition of the word culture?
Culture to me is just how you're raised, like what group you're raised with. Technically, like your race. There's like Mexican culture and black culture and white culture. So it's just how you're raised.
Alright, and what is your culture?
I'm black and Hispanic, but I was raised by my dad who's black, so I consider my culture to be of black descent, African American descent. I grew up with all my black cousins and family, so I have a black culture.
Alright, cool. Thank you. What is your definition of the word culture?
Well, I think culture is something you identify with. It's what you've grown up with, your background, and also like just who you are, how you've developed, and just like your ancestors. Not only your own culture, but you're also associated worldwide and globally. It's just how you express yourself, and yeah.
Alright, so what is your culture?
Well, my culture, I think, is not only like the 21st century and whatnot, it's also like me as a female, also me as like Guatemalteca, and also me as a student and just, you know, a person.
Cool. Thank you.
I'll say a group of people from the same background who share the same ideas, the same thoughts and stuff.
And what is your culture?
I'm a Ghanaian, so.
Something common that a group of people have together
Okay.
that makes them who they are. Something like that.
Nice. Alright.
Wait.
What is your culture?
I got plenty of cultures. I'm multicultural. I got artistic culture, graffiti culture, skateboarding culture, fraternity culture, Mexican culture.
What is your definition of the word culture?
Culture to me is very fluid, and so it varies in different areas and different parts of the world. And so it's kind of like the norms that people go off of that are kind of set within that society. It can be the religion, social expectations, and stuff like that. And kind of that's how I define what culture is. Yeah.
What's your culture?
A mixture of things. I'm Japanese, but I'm also white, and so I have, I guess, my mom's from a Buddhist and Shinto family, so I have incorporated that into my culture. I embrace my mixed heritage, and so that influences the way I see the world and how I interact in the world, but then I also tend to follow kind of set norms that are in my society, and so I guess that kind of all makes myself up as being someone who identifies as being multiracial. So,
culture to me means being able to associate with those who I can relate to, preferably my family or my friends or my dear sister here.
Okay, my definition of culture is a variety of things. Mainly, it's a lot of things about how you were raised and like your upbringing and stuff like that.
Good point.
And so I'm black, but culturally I identify as both black and white, even though I'm 100% Haitian, because although I do have that black background, thank you. Although I do have that background, I was raised in a predominantly white society.
Okay. What is your culture?
Take it away.
Black and white.
I think culture is like your own personal identification as far as like food and language and like clothing and I don't know, stuff you do with your family and like how you relate to people and like I think that's it's those little things that make up culture. And my culture
Yeah.
is American. That's pretty general. I don't know. It's pretty typical American. I feel like I'm not super close with my family, and I think that's like a pretty typical American thing. That's kind of disappointing. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of like recreate my culture because I'm not super happy with it. So.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
What is your definition of the word culture?
Culture is the sharing of ideas or traditions between groups of individuals throughout time. Good?
Something that you have in common with other people and that
This
you're
dude's
proud
awesome.
of. The Mexican culture, and then I like playing soccer, so I'm part of the soccer culture, I guess. And then
Mexican culture. I'm part of a fraternity in the Greek life, so that could be considered a culture. Is culture always race?
I'm done.
What is the definition of the word culture?
I think culture is a group of people who share a common interest or lifestyle or heritage.
All right, and what is your culture?
My culture, college student.
Look at the camera.
What you
And
guys
we
say?
gotta edit out the F word.
What you guys say? I know my culture. What you guys say?
Okay, what is your culture?
My culture?
Yeah.
My culture is Micronesian, specifically Marshallese, which is a Pacific Islander. We speak Marshallese. What do you also want to know?
Whatever
we
your
eat.
culture is to you.
We eat coconuts. Turtles are a delicacy. We tend to use roots and stuff, like for like herbs and stuff, or medicine. We call it Marshallese medicine to like cure stomach aches.
What is your definition of culture?
Culture is really, to me, the definition of who I am. It's my beliefs, my past, what my parents taught me when I grew up, or as I was growing up, and now who I am and what motivates my actions.
All right, and what would you say is your culture?
First and foremost, I have a homeschool culture from when I was raised and learning. And then also just American culture. I'm pretty white, so I don't really get any kind of ghetto feel, if that's even any kind of culture that like people want to talk about. But then I'm also trying to embrace Japanese culture because that's what I'm learning, and I'm hoping to live there and work there someday.
Alright, culture is something that is a part of you and also you are a part of. I would say something that has an influence on you among like a group of people, like something that you belong to. So for me, music culture, you know, I listen to different genres of music, so kind of bounce around in that category.
Once in a lullaby. bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where